Hello and welcome to First Round KO Boxing and MMA. My name is Timothy Bender, and today I'm joined by professional flyweight Andre Mr. Sellars. Andre, thank you for joining me today.
The pleasure's all mine, man. Appreciate you having me on.
Of course, sorry about the technical difficulty. Andre is preparing for his upcoming fight on November 1st, 2025 for Ignite Fights 110 at Canterbury Park Expo Center in Shakopee, Minnesota. He'll be taking on Alberto Velasquez, who will be making his professional debut. Tell me, Andre, how did the fight come together for you?
This is a fight that we actually wanted to get matched up earlier in the summer, but it wasn't working out, and finally we were able to get things done, and we finally got this matchup done. So this is something we were looking out for a little while, and we're just glad that we're finally able to get the papers signed and get things on and rolling.
Nice. Well, before we get too far into the matchup, for any new fans tuning in, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
So I originally started as a wrestler. I wrestled all through high school and into college, and I'm actually coaching at Burnsville High School. I'm actually the head wrestling coach over there, and I'm actually coaching a lot of boxing for the Academy Plymouth. So I've been doing a lot of boxing through my career and a lot of wrestling, and the transition through MMA was just seamless for me. And since then, we've just been grinding and building up the career that we need.
Nice. I know that's kind of a hard question, kind of a a general question. Yeah, I was actually going to ask. I know you started coaching over the Academy Plymouth. Tell us more a little bit about that. How did that come about, and how's it been going so far?
So originally, John Castaneda, one of the Academy teammates that I have, reached out to me just about him opening up a gym and getting coaching boxing, and I was immediately interested and loved the environment. I love the gym, I love the guys, and I love training with them. So it was just a no-brainer that I would be jumping in there to help out as much as I could.
Nice. And yeah, I just heard that you're coaching for Burnsville, you said, and I knew that you had coached some high school level in the past. I was going to ask you to just tell us a little bit about that side of things.
So recently I got promoted to the head wrestling coach for the Burnsville wrestling program, and it's been an overwhelming change, but it's been a fun and amazing change. And I'm just excited to help my guys get to their goals as our season starts, I think about 2 weeks after this fight. So we're going into this fight and immediately coming out of it and going right into our wrestling season to put the focus on my guys.
Well, I think they're happy to have you. And going into your fighting style, how would you describe your fighting style?
Man, it's really hard to describe my fighting style. I am a mix of wrestle, jiu-jitsu, boxing, like whatever you want to call it. It's like I'm a very well-rounded fighter. I love wherever the fight goes, whether we're wrestling, we're grappling, or we're just standing up and we're kickboxing or boxing. I love all aspects of it. So, I mean, with my style, I like to go wherever the fight takes us.
And you're primarily training out of work gym. You kind of cross-train at the academy. Is there anywhere else you've been training or anyone specifically you've been working with this camp?
I think the main training I've been doing is at work gym with Delico James. I've been doing a lot of my grappling and a lot of my jiu-jitsu at the Academy Plymouth, and they've been just amazing, creating a home and a great environment for me to get ready for this fight as well. And I mean, the best training partners I have are going to be a lot of guys from the academy, a lot of guys from work gym. One of the main guys that's been with me throughout this camp, I think, is Shadow Williams. Shadow's been just a very big help. Just the work that I've been able to get and the level that we've been able to work at has just been amazing. I think we both have very exciting fights coming up here this next weekend.
I've been seeing how hard you've been training, how hard you've been working on Instagram, a lot of long days and extra sessions on top of the coaching and things. Has this camp felt different in any way compared to the previous ones?
Honestly, this camp has felt amazing. Like, this has felt like the best camp that I've had throughout my entire career. Along with the weight cut, my weight has been amazing. The management has been very easy and smooth. And Delico James, my coach over at Work Gym, has just been amazing at putting together everything for me, taking a lot of stress off my table. And honestly, he just says to jump, and I ask how high. You know, as basic as that sounds, it's just made it very easy for the connection that we have and to get ready for this fight. And I think we're going in full steam ahead, ready to show everyone what we've been working on.
Nice. Yeah, I know Delico pushes a hard camp, so I'm sure you've been getting some great work in with him. And focusing on the camp, is there anything that you care to share?
There's not a whole lot I like to share with it. I mean, it's a lot of wrestling, a lot of jujitsu, a lot of our boxing work. So I think my hands are going to play a big difference in this fight, and it's going to show for the training that Delico's been having me do. And I think I'm in some of the best shape I've been in throughout my whole career. So I think this is going to be a very big stamp on what I can do in the ring or in the cage and what people can expect from me going forward in the future.
Very nice. Yeah, I've heard people say that the transition into coaching also helps their fighting. So let's transition a little bit into your opponent, Alberto Velasquez. What do you know about him, and how are you feeling about the matchup?
Honestly, I've actually been the cameraman for one or two of Alberto's fights, and I've seen majority of his fights that have happened with Ignite Live. So I've seen a good amount of him fighting. He's actually fought one of my former teammates. So I've gotten to see a very good amount of him. I've gotten to see pretty much everything I think I need to see to make sure that I'm ready and prepared for this fight. I expect a very grindy, scrappy kind of fight. I expect him to come forward and try to push the pace on me, but I think that my pace is just going to be something he's not going to be able to overcome. And I think we're going to be able to get things done and wrapped up pretty soon out there.
Nice. Yeah, I was going to ask you how you saw it playing out, but you just answered that. As you've consistently taken on tough competition throughout your career, both as an amateur and as a pro. Your opponents' combined records and losses are 11-1 in pro boxing, 17-7 in pro MMA, and 38-15 in amateur MMA, which really says a lot about the level of guys you face. You made your pro debut against Joshua Clark, who was 4-1 as a pro boxer and undefeated as an amateur. Your last opponent, Chris Collins, has multiple kickboxing and Muay Thai championship belts, even picking up another one against Floyd Hodges recently. It seems you've never taken the easy route, and now you're stepping up against another tough test in a 4-1 amateur who's making his pro debut. Is that something you take pride in, always testing yourself against high-level competition?
Well, when I started this career, it's always been the same thing. Anybody, anywhere, anytime. I don't care. If you're in my weight class, you're subject to it. I will fight anybody. If you're the toughest person, if I want to be a world champion, I got to fight the number one guy either way. So if I can fight him right away and show what I'm made of, I want to fight him right away. I only want tough opponents. I don't want any feeder fights. I don't want any easy fights. I only want tough fights. That's the only way I'm going to be able to prove myself and show what I'm really made of. So I've always accepted the tough fights. I always look for tough fights. And my second amateur fight, I fought a guy that was 6-1 while I was 1-1. So I don't shy away from any tough fights. I believe I'm one of the toughest guys in the division, and I believe that I have the chance to win against any of these guys that are in my weight class.
And out of all the fights you've had so far, which one stands out as your favorite and why?
Man, that's a really tough one. I think more than anything, the Josh Clark fight stands out as one of my favorite fights. And it stands out because I was able to showcase a lot of my striking. I was able to show a little bit of what I can do and some flashes of brilliance, let's say. But it also showed just areas I need to pay attention to and work on a little bit more. Like going into that fight a little overconfident, slightly overlooking my opponent. I was humbled in that moment. And that was a time for me to recognize that it was time to grow and time to change the things I was doing and to kind of gear myself into a greater purpose.
Yeah, that was a great fight. I think you had connected with a head kick early on and knocked him down and was able to get top position. You had a lot of support for that fight. I remember seeing all the guys in the crowd wearing your shirts. That was an awesome thing. I know the everyday training and coaching can become a bit of a grind. How do you feel you were able to continue and to grow and evolve as a fighter?
Honestly, I'm just restless, man. I'm a student of the game. I'm a fan of the sport. I am constantly watching every time there's any home shows. I mean, anyone else that's involved in the Minnesota MMA scene knows that they're going to see me at every single show, whether I'm working it or whether I'm there as a fan. I involve myself full on into all of the aspects of it. I'm watching everything. I'm paying attention to everything, and most especially my division. I'm making sure I know what these guys are doing, who they're fighting, what their next matchups look like, and who's going to be on my radar. So it's just been very easy for me to stay in tune with a lot of it, along with helping train guys, helping corner guys. It just helps me grow my own potential and just helps me develop my understanding of the game itself.
Yeah, very eloquently said. Can you tell everyone where they can follow you on social media?
So you can follow me at Stellar Sellars 125. That's going to be my Instagram handle. It's going to be the easiest way. Or you can look for me at Andre Sellers on Facebook. It's going to be very obvious which one's going to be me. Hopefully, right?
Yeah, I'll link it on screen right now. It'll also be linked down below in the description. And finally, anyone you want to thank or give a shout out to before fight night?
Oh, absolutely. I have to thank just all my training partners that I have at the academy. I'd like to thank Rashal Malik for just pushing me and being able to help me in a lot of the training I've been doing, getting ready for this fight. I would be nowhere without Delico James and Mo Buchanan. Like, those are the two guys at Work Gym that have literally geared me up and made me as ready as possible for this fight. And I cannot thank those guys enough for giving me the home that I have at Work Gym. On top of, I'd like to thank a lot of my coaches that I have through the academy and through Work Gym, along with my girlfriend, Katia Fuentes. Like, she's been one of the biggest supporters throughout this part of my career, and she's helped me out with just so much, with keeping my head straight, making sure I'm staying humble and honest in the things I'm doing day to day to be ready for this fight and to come in here with every bit of potential that I need to win this fight.
And any final thoughts or words?
If you guys are ready to see a show, I got a stellar performance coming your way. So tune in. Don't miss out for the fireworks.
Well, thank you, Mr. Stellar. It's kind of late here. I appreciate you taking the time and joining me on this call. Once again, Andre Sellers faces Alberto Velasquez at Ignite Fights 110 on November 1st at the Canterbury Park Expo Center in Shakopee, Minnesota. Follow Andre on social media to stay up to date with his career. I'll have that linked on screen and down below. Andre, thanks again for your time and good skills in your upcoming fight, brother.
Hey, thank you very much for having me, man. It's been a pleasure. Love it.